Hey, I'm happy to see you here again. Before I go into the topic of this video, I want to state this. Beauty has nothing to do with your body size. Nothing at all. Beauty isn't a look, it is a feeling. Having said that, I know from personal experience that when I feel a light in my body feels the happiest. When I overeat, I feel sluggish. I don't have a lot of energy. Usually, my form changes when I overeat often. So, there is a link in my personal case between eating and how I feel. So, now that is out of the way, I want to speak about hunger. Often we think that we are hungry while we're not hungry at all. It is the body that is calling for something different. And how do I know this? Because I have experienced and experimented with several things throughout these last couple of years. Maybe even my whole life, who knows? Consciously, it's been the last couple of years, and I've noticed this. The more I am in tune with who I am, who I truly am, so not the personality self, not the person that I think I am, but in tune with the consciousness, in tune with, let's say, the higher self, because that's a language most of us speak. The higher self knows exactly what I need. The personality self might think, I need that chocolate cake. But does it? Or is it a call for something different, like a celebration, and I want to celebrate with something that is special? And I know from my past that when my birthday was up, my mom always baked a chocolate cake. So there we have a link to a celebration, a link to something festive, and a link to something wonderful in my past. It's not necessarily that the body thinks, I need chocolate cake to celebrate. It is a connection that the mind makes with the feeling and the memory. So the body is tapping from a past experience. Now, if this happens once in a while, it's totally fine, right? Because you can definitely get away with chocolate cake once every so often. We live in a density, though, that we feed off of literally and figure as a figure of speech, off of the collective consciousness. And the energy in the collective consciousness is such, the ideas are such that when you eat chocolate cake daily, you are going to reap unbeneficial benefits from it. You're going to gain weight, or you are going to do something to your blood sugar in a way that it might even intrude. I want to say, I'm going to use the word intrude with your insulin levels. And if you do that for a long time, then you might even end up with diabetes. So, all of this to say that chocolate cake in and of itself isn't bad, but the collective consciousness has set everything up at this moment in time that food does affect our weight, and if it doesn't affect our weight, it does affect the system. So, why am I speaking about this? To clarify that hunger often isn't hunger. Hunger often is a call for some type of soothing, some type of attention. And when you are stepping into a version of yourself that is closer to your higher self and less steeped in the personality self, you are able to create space between the question or the urge and the factual answer, the factual fulfilling of the urge. So when you get hungry and you are more in tune with your higher self, you have the time to check in and say, will this make me feel good? Do I feel better after eating this? When you're in the personality self, you might have a reaction like, yeah, but I deserve this. I have worked so hard and I have trained so hard this week. I deserve this. But you know what? It has nothing to do with deserving. And I totally get that rebellious feel because I'm a rebel myself. It's about changing the perspective. It has nothing to do with you deserving it or not deserving it. It's about what makes my body and me really happy. And is that really that chocolate cake? Or is it something different? And the answer might be yes. When it's a true yes, and you know because you can feel it in your body. When you cannot feel this in your body, then something else is going on and you're in need of a deeper connection with your own physical vessel. And you can join my Body Beautiful program if you're interested in that. But that's as a side note. So if you are not in tune with it, then it's important that you get to speak your body's language again. Because your body knows. And so when you are able to watch through the lens of the higher self and being less caught up in the personality self that is like, I deserve it and I need it. And when you can change that perspective and really feel into, I think I want chocolate cake. But when I'm really honest, I just really need a big hug right now. And the big hug you need from yourself. It's not externally. It's not in the chocolate cake. It is not from your boyfriend. It is not from your wife. It is not from your best friend. It is not from your dog. You are the only one that can truly give yourself that fulfillment. And it might take a couple of steps before you are really able to get there, because all of us have been taught that happiness is external from us, that happiness is in food, that happiness is in that other person, that happiness and love is somewhere else outside of us. But you know what? The more you start to practice with being truly present with yourself, with understanding that beauty is not a look, but it is a feeling, the more that you start to connect with how you feel on the inside and start to see the results from that, because you will radiate more. That is just a given. When you focus on your inner light, you will shine more. You will look more beautiful. You will feel attracted to a completely different way of being, of eating, of acting. And you are able to put some space between the urge and the fulfillment of that urge. In this case, the hunger urge. So this is it for now. I trust that this was valuable to you because you are still listening. And I wish you a beautiful rest of the day. See you in the next.